I'll start back over again. Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Mel. I am founder and CEO of Banyan Tree Women's Collective. We are a 501c3 based out of the San Francisco Bay Peninsula. I'm sitting here in my half-packed home in an unceded Rymatush land, now known as North Fair Oaks in Menlo Park. I'm so glad that you're here. We're going to make this short and sweet. A lot of folks here have done our challenges. Our challenges are fairly popular. But just out of curiosity, you can do a thumbs up or who has not done a challenge with us. You can put it in the chat box. You can do the little reaction buttons. That'll work too. Who has not done a challenge with us? Okay, Julie, thank you. Okay, Sky. First timer, Dawn. Okay. All right, Anu. Yeah, so that's something that we've done now. It's kind of become a good part of who we are as far as online goes. And guess what? Next year, we're going to be really heavily challenge focused for online programming as an organization. We'll still be doing a lot of random various community support work in person, but next year we're really moving into a beautiful challenge type of online programming because the challenges seem to do really well. They tend to challenge you. They tend to give you opportunity for growth and exploration. And every single time we have such beautiful community interactions. And so welcome to those who are the first timers in this space. We're going to put some slides on real quick. And we're going to try to make this as gentle as possible, get the information out to you, leave a couple minutes for you to ask questions. All right. Here we are, the 10-day reset challenge, July 16th to the 25th, but there will be a little pre-game activity before. We'll get into that in just a moment. Next slide, please. I'm going to ask you all to write a lot tonight. This is the putting some responsibility on you. What brought you to the challenge? In the chat box is what's bringing you to the challenge. Is it you're recovering from I don't know, or surgery, or you're just not feeling you're feeling unwell, maybe feeling stuck, maybe you're just curious, maybe you want to explore. Yes, healthier is always a goal. I'll give a moment for people to answer. Good habits learned. Yes, thank you, Karen. Fun, excitement, yes. Focus, yes. Learning, yes. Yes. Learn to rest. Yeah, these are all really important. Yes, community and motivation. Always trying to be about healthy habits. Yeah, challenging ourselves, showing up, learning, recovering from surgery. Okay, self-care, expansion. I love that. Dance, cooking, yoga. Yes. Thank you. These are all beautiful, beautiful answers. Really appreciate that. You're going to have an opportunity to think about a lot of these things on why you're showing up, what's going well, what's a challenge, and you're going to get to share this stuff in the community once we move this into our private Facebook group. Next slide, please. All right, let me close this out and let me move this around. So, the agenda. Our challenge objectives, your things to know, the schedule, your personal goals worksheet, how to play and win, prizes, which involves your tracker. This is what we're going to go over tonight. Next steps. And just quickly, we're going to send these slides out and a recording right after this is over, and it's going to go in an email to everyone in our Banyan email list. All right, next steps, or next slide. Thank you. The theme. I like this theme because often in summertime, we think of, longer days, more hours to do more things, right? And our theme for this July is rest, grounding, and listening to your body. And for some of you, it will be learning the language of your body so you can listen to it. That's very important. Those are two different things. One, you have to learn before the other can occur fully. And our bodies are speaking to us at all times. Thank you. Reset. Putting on the brakes so we can reset our body, mind, spirits, habits, and introduce new routines. Pause from a busy summer. Is this year getting away from you? I know that this year has been like a blur, and it's been many beautiful things, but it's been nonstop. And Mama is tired. And so I really appreciate this rest, grounding, and listening to the body theme. It's time to check in and reinforce your wellness, your nourishment, and your self-care. We're asking our body what it needs, reconnecting to yourself and your body's intuitive wisdom. What does your body need? What would feel delicious and expansive in 10 days? A lot can happen in 10 days. There's a lot to explore. So come into this really open-minded and curious, and I think that you're going to get a high return on your curiosity. You're going to learn from expert practitioners. You're going to feel supported, not only by the Banyan staff, but by the other community members. You're going to make friends, and hopefully you're going to have fun. Next slide. All right. You don't have to write this down. All of this information is on the Facebook page, but we're just going to glance at it very quickly. You're going to see this schedule so many times, you're going to be like, okay, I don't need to see it anymore. But I just wanted you to explore it with me real quick. So we're going to start Friday, July 14th, and this is our pregame. This is like our tailgating. So we've given you a little bit of information to think about. So have you introduced yourself on the Facebook group? Have you done your grocery shopping? Maybe prepare to hit your local farmer's market. Is your blender working? Have you completed your personal goals worksheet? Because that's Mukta's going to talk about that, but that's important that you connect to that. Do you have space set for your workouts and your meditations? Things go much better when you have a dedicated space. I will tell you that. You'll go deeper, you'll have more calm, and it's kind of like, you're going to go there and complete that task, and hopefully it'll become more natural, where it's like, this is where I'm supposed to be right now, because I feel better when I meditate, or I feel better when I work out. On Friday, July 14th at 6 to 6:45, there will be a community building event with Carmen and Mukta. Once again, the challenge has not started, but this is a great way to come in and let those two lead you and get you comfortable. And maybe there's some things you're curious about, or maybe some things you're nervous about, and you also get to meet other people. Saturday, July 15th, one day prior, you are going to get really ready to prep. And you're going to check in at 5 o'clock. Once again, not mandatory, but highly encouraged. And you're going to be with Miss Mukta doing meal prep ideas and dressings that will get you supported for your first couple of days. And then you're going to get a good night's rest, because rest is part of the theme. And then each day you'll see a series of different events. Underneath, as you take the 7:30 to 8 a.m., and these are Pacific times, Nidra with Chantal, it'll tell you this one is on Facebook Live. Because of copyright issues, we do have to put some things on Zoom. So then you'll see underneath here, 9:30 to 10:15 Pacific, UJAM Fitness with Joanne will be on Zoom. On the Facebook page, every day at midnight Pacific, you're going to have a welcome to day one tile post, and it will tell you, remind you of the Zoom link. The Zoom link does not change once we start the program. It'll tell you all the events for the day, and it'll also have a daily journal writing prompt, which we're highly encouraged that you invest the time to write about your experience. Okay, and so on and so forth, and that's what it's going to look like. Next slide, please. There's the rest of the week. Next slide, please. All right, I'm going to pass to Mukta now.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mel. For those of you who haven't met me, I'm Mukta Gadkari, and I'm a holistic nutritionist and mindful eating coach down here in San Jose. And we'll be co-leading this challenge with Mel. And really, really excited because this is our second year doing the Summertime Reset Challenge, and it will be slightly different from the one last year, but we're still going to have fun with it. So similar to the challenges that we've done in the past, we're going to start with a personal goals worksheet. So I really encourage you to take a look at that once you get onto the Facebook page, download it. It's basically a way for you to reconnect with what's going to be important for you for the next 10 days. So think about things like, why did you join this challenge? What goals do you think you might have high level? You know, your goals might change during the challenge, and that's perfectly natural, but think about it before you even start. You know, what are some of the things you think you want to work on? And then think about, you know, how do you want to feel at the end of the challenge? Because that's going to actually help you map out what are some of the things that, you know, you might need to be focusing on. And of course, we're going to be supporting you in the community. And if you have questions, you can ask questions in the Facebook group. So that's the personal goals worksheet. You're going to fill out part one. I'm not going to show you here, but part one is sort of the pre-challenge, so before the challenge. And then the part two of it would be after the challenge. So you can reflect on what you learned, you know, what you're going to take away, and celebrate some of the wins that you've had from this challenge, because you are going to have that opportunity to make small changes. And so I would focus on, you know, what are some of the things that are working well, even if there's some things that, you know, even if some of the goals weren't met. You know, 10 days is a great time. It's a good chunk of time, but it's not, you know, it's a good time to start certain habits and then learn to start sustaining them. So I think that's all I'm going to say on the personal goals. Let me just see. I think there's a couple of things in the chat. Okay. All right. So moving on to the next piece, how do we play and win? So this is where this challenge is a little bit different. We're not doing a bingo card this challenge. I know some of you absolutely love the bingo card. Some of you absolutely hated the bingo card. This time, because of our theme, which is rest, you know, to get grounded and really listen to your body, I feel like this is a challenge where it's going to be a little bit more self-paced in some ways. And so your goals are going to differ, you know, whoever, like everyone's goals are going to look very, very different. And so what we want to see, and you're going to see in the next slide what this might look like, what we want to see is how you're playing. So this is going to be, there's going to be two aspects to this to qualify for prizes. One will be how you're playing, and it's going to be sort of an Instagram sharing contest. And so we want to see, you know, it in your posts and your stories, and we want you to tag Banyan. And so if you do this 5 or more times, you'll qualify for a prize. Pretty simple. And then the second way, if you don't want to be on Instagram at all, perfectly understand. You can share via email, maybe what your goals and commitments were and what you learned. And I think this is going to be a really great way for us to also understand, like, what you're getting out of the challenge, how it's making an impact, and a really great way for us to be able to share and showcase how you are playing. Okay, so just kind of going into it, into the why we're doing it this way. So as you know, Banyan has a sort of a holistic living perspective, right? So we've got the banyan tree, and we've got 4 pillars that we focus on, and this is how we've always, you know, worked in terms of the courses that we've offered. So we've had we have the nutrition pillar, we have the movement pillar, spirit pillar, and the lifestyle pillar. So in terms of sharing on Instagram, you're going to have the opportunity to share us in your food posts. You can share us, you can tag us in your exercise posts if you're moving your body, if you go for a hike, if you're journaling, if you're doing nidra or meditating, or you found, you know, something that's helping you sleep. or you practice self-massage for the first time, or you're using this lovely, non-toxic skincare product that you want to share with us. We just want to see how this challenge is, like what you're learning, how you're playing, and how you're participating. Okay, so hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory, but if there's questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Okay, and then the other way, so as you can see, you could either do the first way, which is to tag Banyan on Instagram in either your stories or your posts, and we'll be keeping track. Or the second way is to send us an email and just share what you got out of the challenge. So tell us maybe a goal that you were working towards, and then maybe something you got out of it. And we're only going to be counting one entry per person.
And I just want to jump in. So, and this does not mean stop doing what you all do in our Facebook group, where everybody's like posting and sharing and we're hyping each other up. A lot of times for Facebook and Instagram accounts are linked. And so you can just hop into one and make sure to tag it. It's helpful to us, and it's also a different level of accountability. So you're never going to post something and somebody not be supportive of you in this group. It's just not going to happen. It's completely goes against everything that we stand for, and we don't attract those kinds of people. The support has been absolutely amazing, the way the community surrounds each other. And it's really good for you to share your journey. It also, not only does it enrich the community, but it is like your own level of accountability, especially since we're not doing the bingo card this time. But don't worry, bingo will be back. It's just not for this one.
Okay. All right. So what are the next steps? Mel, do you want to take the first one?
Yeah. And so we do have you're going to get an email with this information in it, but right here in the chat is a link to the Facebook group. So you want to join the Facebook group before July 16th. Now, if you have a friend that's like, I want to join and it's July 17th or 18th, sure, that's totally fine. They're going to have the same expectation. You're going to complete our survey before you can be entered in, before you're allowed to enter the Facebook group. So no surprise here, we're a nonprofit, right? So we heavily rely on metrics of who we're serving in order for us to even stand a chance to get donors, grants. And so this is something that is required to partake. It's very quick. This is all information that you know about yourself. There's no pop quizzes here. It's literally like boop, 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 answer. And our marketing manager every day is going to sit down and see who's waiting to come into the Facebook room or Facebook group, and then compare who's done their survey. If you've done your survey, she's going to let you in. She's going to do 1 p.m. every day, let a group in. So just know, if you go and do this tomorrow at 2, you won't be let in until the next day at 1. And that's merely so we're not losing our minds and being connected to Facebook all the time to let people in all throughout the day. And as you saw, people are spread out all throughout the United States. So the last couple of times, it's like a full-time job making sure people get in. And so that's why we're doing it this way. So you're going to get in, corral, do your survey. Then Jamie, our marketing manager, is going to look at everything, check everybody off, and let everybody in starting at 1 p.m. Pacific time every day. Okay, that's my spiel. Thank you.
All right, awesome. All right, next thing, once you're in the Facebook group, we want you to invite a friend to sign up, because there's no better way to have accountability than to do this with a friend. And hopefully you'll change some habits together, you'll learn something new, and you'll have fun together. Please, please, please make it a point to introduce yourself when you join. We want to know who you are. We want to know what your happy place is. We'd love to see a photograph. Do it when you feel comfortable, but I do recommend that you do it as early as possible during the challenge, because then everyone knows who's in the group, and it just becomes a more it becomes a more friendly place to be, and also it becomes more safe for everyone if you introduce yourself and let us know who you are. Go ahead and download the files to get started, and all of these are reminders are in the Facebook group. So we've already got some posts reminding you to download your personal goals worksheet, the challenge schedule, the tracker card. Make it a point to attend the pregame events. Carmen and I have some fun things that we have in store for you on the Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific. I realize Friday, 6 p.m. is not a great time to be stuck to your computer or your phone, but we're going to make it so that you can do this from anywhere. So even if you're out at a bar and you want to step out and do this community icebreaker, it should be fun. And we'll try to make it as easy as possible. And then, of course, the prepping tips. I'm just going to give you some ideas of how to, stay prepping for this challenge. And then finally, participate, ask for support. We want you to ask lots of questions. We want you to share, your own resources in terms of, what's worked for you, and then tag us and qualify for prizes.
Just quickly, I am just getting some private direct messages. Is there anyone not a clickable link? Okay. So Mukta, Dawn is saying that can we put the link to the survey here? This might be a problem if this hasn't been tested, which I assume it's been tested. I can't copy the URL and it's not a clickable link. And I can't check it because I'm the owner of the page, so.
Oh, are you talking about on the Facebook group, the actual survey? Yeah, it's not a clickable link. Give me 1 second and let me see if I can do that for you. I'm going to have to stop sharing those. So just give me a second.
Okay, and then I'm seeing it worked for me. It worked.
Yeah, you do need to copy and paste it. It's never going to be a clickable link. That's how Facebook is. So you do have to copy and paste it. I'm happy to click to post it in here to make it easy for whoever has joined.
Great if you can.
So just give me 1 second. Jamie sent this to me.
Just a moment. Well, while she is setting that up, does anybody have any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. I saw that there was something about can another friend from India join? Of course. Anybody can join from anywhere. Just keep in mind that the times are Pacific Standard Times.
Okay. There's the link to the survey.
Thank you.
And I know that I think Jamie's going to be letting in a few people tonight.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
at 7 p.m. tonight, Jamie is going to step away from her baby duties and let those that have signed in, because she said, oh, if they've signed in, I really want to make sure, because they're eager and I want to make sure that they can get in and get started. So tonight you can get in at 7 o'clock and start playing around, get comfortable, or it'll be tomorrow at 1 p.m. and 1 p.m. every day forward. Dawn, did that link work for you? We'll wait and see. Does anybody else have questions? Oh, yes, good. Yes, Dawn says it worked. Sweet. Thank you for saving the day, Mukta. Any questions, any curiosity, anything we can help you with? You can unmute yourself and ask too if you need. And so once again, when we finish this, we have to download this recording, upload it to YouTube, create the link, put it in the email. And so the email will be going out with all the important information, hopefully by 7 o'clock.
I have a question.
Sure.
Yes. So, you said to invite a friend. Do we give them like all the information, like the YouTube link to this video and the files you send us?
You can give them the link, but I think of course we encourage people to watch this, but also that email that's going to go out in just a little bit, I suggest forwarding it over to friends and being like, I'm doing this 10-day reset. Y'all want to do it with me? That's another way because it'll have all the important information on there for you. Hopefully that answered.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
I have a question. I came in a little late. What's the name of the Facebook group? How do you, does it have a name that I Google?
It's right here in the chat.
I can click on it again. Wait, that's the survey, sorry.
I got it right here. I got it. Oh.
I don't have the chat from before I came in.
Yep, here you go. Popping it back in the chat. There's the direct link to the group.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, friends. Going once. Going twice. All right. We will see you starting this weekend. Remember, it's about rest, recovery, and being gentle. You're going to have lots of options to learn yummy foods and drinks and breath work and yoga and sound. Don't stress yourself out. Okay? Do what you can do and be really proud of yourself with what you do. Come here to learn, come here to meet people, come here to explore, but don't create tension for yourself because you decide you're going to do every single class every day and you didn't. That goes against what we're trying to do. Okay? You do one thing in a day, you celebrate that one thing. Can we all agree on that? Limiting our stress? Wonderful. I love that. Bad knees yoga will have it. Yes, and that's totally fine too. We'll adapt wherever you need. Okay, friends, take good care. We'll see you soon. Bye. Can you stop share?
Yeah, I'm gonna end it.
Okay.
End it, right?
Yes, I will be right back.